And I just remember feeling at peace and thinking I did my best even though I was late. And wham bam, thank you ma'am. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I'm really thirsty. Hope you're good. I wanted to answer one of your questions today. This is the question I have been asked like the most in my entire career since I moved back from England to Nigeria and all that kind of stuff. And it's how did I start my Nigerian TV career, Nigerian TV and film career, but I think mainly the TV one because that's basically how I started. So I moved back to Nigeria in 2010, but let me just tell you a little bit before that. Let me just go back a couple of years before that. So I was dating someone 2 years prior to that, so maybe it was 2008 or something, I can't remember. And he lived in Nigeria and I was living in London. And so I would come over, so we had a long distance relationship basically. And so at one point I was coming to Nigeria quite often and I said, you know what, I want to try it out and see what it's like. So I came and I stayed in Lagos for 4 months. And I looked for work. I even did at one point, so I did I think MTV, they were looking for a VJ and I auditioned for that, for the Lagos leg. I got to the top 5 and I think, was it Cynthia that got the job? Cynthia, what's your surname? Anyway, this is like in 2008, right? I'm not sure if she still works there now, but anyway, so yeah. And I just, then I got another job. Like, basically, what I'm trying to say is that in the 4 months that I was around to just test the waters and see what it was like, Nigeria showed me pay. Because beforehand I would come, you'd come at Christmas. Christmas is not what's Nigeria, it's like, it's fake, right? So you get lured by the parties and everybody's speaking, everybody's speaking from up and down. When did you get back? Oh, you know, and then they call everybody, they just got backs. I remember when I was called and I just got back anyway. So, you know, so there was all that, oh, hello, darling, oh, no, when are you going back? When did you come in? When are you going back? Going to the club, all that stuff. That's not real life. That's not the real Nigeria. So I said, let me come and see. So I came for 4 months and I was looking for work and it just really wasn't flowing. I even got a job with, what's the channel at the time? Sorry, let me see, got a job. So I auditioned for a show called 100% Niger. And sorry, this story is so funny to me because I look back and I think, man, I'm lit. Like 2008, it is 2021. So I auditioned for it and then they told me I got the job and it was going to start in October. And I was like, oh, cool. And then what happened after that? Then time passed. Nobody said anything. I was asking, nobody answered me. And then I think I turned on the TV one day and then somebody was doing the job that they said I got. So I called and I said, what happened? And the guy was like, oh, you know, it's because when you were doing your tape, when you were reading the script, you kept saying 100% Niger, 100% Niger. I was like, first of all, it is impossible for me to have said Niger. But if I pronounced it wrongly, if I was pronouncing it incorrectly, basically, why didn't you just tell me that that's not how you say it? Or because you pronounce something wrong while you're reading something, is that something that can't be corrected? I mean, apart from that, I'm watching a lot of stuff and people are talking crazy, but whatever. I know that wasn't the reason. They just gave the job to somebody else, but that was the excuse he gave me. Sorry, I don't even know why I gave that person information. I just remembered it and it was really funny to me. So anyway, they just showed me Pepe, you know, you get a job, then you see somebody else on TV doing the job and things were just crazy. So I stayed for the 4 months and I didn't extend. I thought if things were going well, I would have extended, but I didn't extend. So I was ready to go back. So I went back in January, the following January 2009, did some more work. I was still working as a jobbing actress in London. And then 2010 came. And I woke up with that feeling where I was just like, I need to get out of England. Like, I'd been there for coming up to 20 years. 18 years, long, yeah. And I was like, you know what, I'm just kind of really done with this place. I just really can't. Like, I was just fed up. I just needed a change. And I didn't realize it at the time, but it was God speaking to me, telling me that I should get my ass back home. And so I packed 2 suitcases and I came back to Nigeria. Now, when I landed, it's like the 2008 stint I did was still in my head, and I was like, I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm not even gonna waste time. So I got in contacts. I'd even booked a job at a radio station, but when I came, I didn't tell them I was around because I was looking for TV work. Whoopsie. And I was still looking around, and then, well, anyway, but no hard feelings. And I was like, okay, I am going to get, like, I need work. So I landed and I went to, where did I not go? Silverbird, Channels, every single station I could think of. I went looking for work, dropped my CV off, all that stuff. Did I have a show reel? Yeah, I must have had a show reel. Dropped that off. And I was helping a friend out. She had this is Michelle Bello. She had a premiere for her film, for a short film she made. What's it called? Something Boy. Something. The film was called Something Boy, and it was at Silverbird Galleria. And so she was like, oh, Dako, you're looking for work. That, you know, it's not paid, but do I want to do red carpet at her event and interview the celebrities that come? And I was like, yeah, sure. That'd be a great way to meet people. So I remember there at the red carpet, obviously I did not know anybody. I did not know any celebrity. I hadn't been living in Nigeria. I didn't know who was who. So literally the cameraman would poke me and say the person's name. Say, oh, this is so, 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 and so. And I'd be like, hey, nice to meet you, blah, 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 whatever. Talk, ask them about their expectations of the film, yada, 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 and then go off. So that's basically how I met some people. And then on that same day, a guy I'd known beforehand, I hadn't seen in years, he had moved back to Nigeria and saw me and said, hey, Dalapo, oh, what are you doing in Nigeria? I was like, oh, I just moved back. And he was like, oh, really? Oh, is this what you're doing? I was like, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm an actor, but I'm looking for gigs, blah, blah, blah. And he said, oh, well, Mnet, and I knew of Mnet, obviously, because I had DSTV. Mnet, they're casting something tomorrow. Do you want to go? And I was like, yes, please. So he knew someone that worked there, and then obviously they were casting. So he sent her my name and number, and then I got sent details to come to this audition the next day. I didn't know what the hell it was for. Now, the next day, going to this audition, the audition was for 53 Extra, right? Going to this audition, the funniest thing was, oh, it was not funny, was that obviously I underestimated traffic in Lagos because I wasn't living, like, when you don't live there, when you don't live here, it's like, you're not really thinking. I was like still in holiday mode, you know, whatever. So I think the audition was like 10 a.m. or something, or 2 p.m. or something. And obviously I was late. I was in the car. I was sweating. I think my AC wasn't working. And I literally finally get to the audition, and I get there late. And I get there, and in the room they're taking down all the lights because they've auditioned everybody. Everyone had come and gone, finished. And I get there, and thank God, because this is divine intervention, I saw who was the MD of West Africa, of Mnet West Africa at the time, Mrs. Biola Alabi. God bless her soul. She saw me, and I'd met her the year before when I came on holiday or something random like that. Like, I'd met her before. And she was like, John, what are you doing in Nigeria? And I was like, oh, I've moved back. And I said, I came for the audition. I'm so sorry that I'm so late, that I just, you know, the traffic, I just came back last week, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, no problem. They put up the lights. They gave me a piece of paper. They said, okay, just calm down, take 5 minutes, read it, make your own, and come and do it. I was so flustered, the fact that I was late, and I already knew the person. So I felt bad because I thought, oh no, she's gonna think like I'm freaking useless, like I show up late to things or whatever. But she's just being nice, she's humoring me. So anyway, I just look at the piece of paper. I didn't really retain it. I squeeze the piece of paper, chuck it, and I walk into the room and I say I'm ready. And I walk into the room and I just see like 10 people, and I'm like, oh wow, it's a boardroom and they're all around the table. So they say, okay, so I do the thing to camera. It's just a little spiel. It's like an intro, outro thing. And then they now say, okay, we're going to give you a scenario. No, so I do that, and then the room goes quiet. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, like, have I messed this up? They don't say anything. It's like they're thinking. I'm like, okay, so I was thinking, maybe this isn't so bad. Then they say, okay, we want you to do an interview, and we're going to pretend we're someone and you interview the person. So I was like, okay, cool. But I really wish they had that audition tape. So they were like, okay, so they said, okay, I'm going to pretend, the person said, they're going to pretend this person is Jewel by Lisa. And you interview Jewel by Lisa. Now, of course, at the time, I did not know what the hell Jewel by Lisa was. I thought Jewel by Lisa was somebody that made jewelry. So what did I do? I started asking her about jewelry. Anyway, the interview went well. It went quiet, and then they were like, okay, thank you, we'll let you know. And I thought, okay. And I just remember feeling at peace and thinking I did my best even though I was late. And wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I got a call a few days later that I got the job, and I was going to be working with somebody else, because actually they were looking for one person, but they decided on the two of us. One person would be the studio presenter, one person would be the red carpet, and that's I ended up working with Eku, and Eku was red carpet and I was studio. And then the first year, and then they flew us to South Africa during the World Cup. Most amazing experience. So we did some training, we did some what do you call this thing? We were doing press for it, and then some adverts for it. We shot all that in Joburg. It was during the World Cup, so everything was all hype. It was so much fun. That was my first time in South Africa. I was like just astounded by everything. And yeah, after that second year, I started filming in Nigeria, and that's when I started doing the proper celebrity interviews, sit down interviews. And that is basically how my television, or let me tell you, that's basically how my career started in Nigeria. And this was 11 years ago, 2010. And for that, I will be eternally grateful. I mean, it's been amazing. It was an amazing experience. And yeah, I just look back and I just think, gosh, those first 5 years, man, I really worked. But hey, that's what you do in your 20s, child. You work, I mean, you do that in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, but whatever, till you retire. But what I'm just saying is that grind, you're single, you have time, you don't need to sleep, now if I do something, I'm like, so, but yeah, it was good. And then after that, then when I was in SA, I would go and converse with people who were on Jacob's Cross, because I was like, I must be on Jacob's Cross. Then I now met someone, they introduced me to the executive producer. I did an audition, I got a job on Jacob's Cross. Man, have things in sight. Write down your goals, your aspirations, what you want, manifest it, and it will come to pass. Okay? That's what I'm meditating on. Mark 11:22-24. Check it out. All right, that's it for today, and I will speak to you guys soon. Take care. God bless. Bye.